Hello everyone, Nicky Hawkins here, West Ham Fan TV, back with the morning after the game before, and boy, it's been a while since we've talked about a win, isn't it? Was it the greatest game? No. I was there yesterday, no fan cams, I was the only one there. The weather was awful, by the way. Both teams were bad. Especially first half. We give the way. Let's be totally honest, right? I'm going to be totally honest. I know it's a win, and people are going to say, "Oh, stop whinging about a win." Listen, I am more than happy to be in that next round of the FA Cup. He picked a team, you know, a first team that he thought would win it. It was sort of going for, but going for it. But my feelings are the same with David Moyes. He doesn't pick a team to score goals. He doesn't. He goes to Brentford, who are much changed, you know, and I know he wouldn't have known that was much change, but he's so adamant at playing that five at the back, that negative football, just trying not to concede, and it really gives players like Paqueta not a lot of opportunities. Now, I don't think there was a lot of players that played well yesterday, to be quite honest with you. And I mean that for both sides. You know, I thought Rice had a good game, as he usually does. Paqueta had another poor game. Souček was awful. Emerson was bad. The defence played well, but they didn't have a lot to do, to be quite honest with you. Fabianski's distribution was slow and poor. We were static all over the pitch, not a lot of movement, not a lot of people trying to take responsibility. But Brentford were just as bad. And this is the thing that worries me about Moyes, is that it takes him so long to make that change. Against a better team, we'd have been out of sight by that time, you know. It took him till 66th minute. And I remember I was sitting there with a guy who was sitting next to me, and I said to him, it's going to take him to the 66th minute to make a substitute. It was quite plainly obvious that Brentford had left their main bulk of their squad on the bench. Their threat on the bench. They were struggling. We was winning them on the press, winning the ball high up the pitch, carving out a few opportunities. Bowen had a good chance, but it took us to the 80th minute to have a shot on target. I don't know whether Brentford did have a shot on target, to be quite honest with you. It was poor from both teams, and he's so set in his ways, Moyes, you know. The time, if you're going to wait for a time, do it at half time, you know. They haven't got their best players on the pitch. They're struggling a little bit. You know, we're carving them open. They're there to be had. And it takes them to the 70th minute when they start bringing on their big guns to bring on the match winner, you know. Someone that was going to have a go at the team. Saïd Benrahma. I don't know what he's thinking. I really don't. Like, you know, he has no ability to change the game during real time. You know, we play the same tactic. We keep on going. And I don't know whether it's blind faith. I don't know whether it's just no ideas. But how it's taken him till the 66th minute to even get Benrahma called back from the bench, and like the 70th minute to call him back on and sub him on is beyond me. It doesn't fill me with loads of confidence, to be quite honest with you. And as I said, you know, the way we was giving the ball away, it was slow, it was lethargic, little idea, you know, too much. And you can see that the instructions to the team were, don't concede. You could see that. You could see it in the way they played. Don't concede, get stuck in, playing two in midfield. It looked like we started with a two up front, in Bowen and Antonio, but I think Bowen dropped off a little bit in the first half. And we were so scared of a team that offered very, very little threat, and you could tell that was the instruction from the manager. You know, keep it tight. Listen, we've got so much attacking talent. And he just won't let the reins off of them to go at them. 5 at the back is negative tactics against the team. Even during the game, you can see that Brentford weren't the Brentford that turned up last week at the London Stadium. And even if they were, we should have had a go at them. But they didn't have any of their threat, none of it. And that it was all on the bench. And we just waited and waited and waited. In another game, that would have been too late. And he's got to be more daring. Because if you keep on being cautious like that, it's going to end up costing us. That being said, a win's a positive. Hopefully it gives the boys a little bit of confidence. But I think some of them's going to have to take it upon themselves to, like Ben Rama did yesterday, to play a different way than Moyes clearly instructs. Because if we play like that, negatively like that, and this is all due respect to teams like Brentford, we should be beating teams like Brentford if we want to be back where we were. That gives us no divine right to beat. And I'm not saying that we're better than Brentford at the moment. I'm not saying that we deserve to be, where Brentford are. We're far from that. But if you want to be in that top 6 bracket, top 8 bracket, whatever it may be, you have to stop going to places like Brentford with 5 at the back and have some confidence and some trust in your attacking players to win your games. Set pieces ain't working anymore. They're not. We just have to have more trust. If Moyes keeps on playing like this in the league, then we'll go down. I've got no doubt about it. We're nearly halfway through the season now, and we have 15 points. If you go the same second half of the season, we go down by a long shot. But our name's in the hat. It is positive. I love the FA Cup, and I'll be watching the draw later. And you can catch us live for the draw. But thank you very much. Thanks very much for watching. Go and check out the video I done yesterday. There was no fan cams, as I say, because I was on my own and it was really bad weather. But we will be building up towards Wolves at the weekend. One thing left to say: come on, you Irons.